Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
You know, sometimes I have to think to myself, how can I look like a Halloween birthday cake in April?
Huh?
Yeah. And then I see the Sculling It shirt from Back Nine Problems. That is it's like, all right, so it's a bunch of sugar skulls, which
Yes.
makes me think of Halloween.
Yes.
Right, definitely. But then you put that light blue behind it, and it gives it a nice, like, summer spring feel.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right? Like, it's like almost like a Cuban drug dealer shirt.
I was gonna say, definitely feels like a Cuban mobster kind of thing. for sure.
Yeah, it definitely speaks like either psychopath or psychopath with money and gun. You know what I'm saying? There's
With
definitely-
money and gun.
Also, putting the big smiley faces on the sugar skulls is
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were just like, oh, you know, the frowny face ones are too intimidating. So let's have them pierce through your very fucking skull with every single one of them.
This definitely feels like a T-shirt that a villain from the Sopranos TV show would be wearing.
Yeah, dude. yeah.
100%.
But it goes up to 3X, which is pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
So let's see what we just. Oh, we got a long description here. All right. I'm gonna try to read this whole thing without messing up any of the words.
10 seconds or less.
This is too much. This is where my reading skills get put to the test. All right, ready?
Yep.
When you're close to the green, don't skull it.
Oh,
Damn. All right. That
Deep.
you know, I was worried
deep.
about reading.
You know, I
that
wasn't
much.
sure if you're gonna make it through that.
Yeah,
It
you know,
was really like
it's-
overwhelming.
It's moisture wicking. It's 4-way stretch. It's got a modern fit. There's no wrinkles in these bad
It's
boys. And they're
breathable.
definitely breathable. Let me tell you about this modern fit. All right. The other day I was out in public. I was wearing the Mingo 2.0. And somebody came up to me and they're like, why is it that you would have gotten so many flamingos tattooed on you? Are you like, do you work at a zoo or something? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, I really like all your tattoos. And I was like, no. This is just the tightest shirt there's ever been. This is, I can't, my toes hurt wearing this shirt.
Are you sure it's not like
Yeah, but
just
it's
too
so
small?
breathable. It's breathable. It's got 4-way stretch. No, I mean, I think they fit perfectly, honestly. Like,
Yeah?
I think
you like it that squeeze your body.
I do like the squeeze of the body because
Yeah.
as a big fat guy, here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. If you're medium fat,
Mm.
right? Like, let's say you're like 250 to 280.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
call that medium fat.
Yeah.
Because big fat is once you hit the 3,
Yes.
and then enormous is once you hit 4.
Yeah.
Right? I think
Yep.
like you could still be a person at 3, you're just fat.
Yeah.
But medium fat is like you're still like in the prime of the dating pool as a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you could still find like a very pretty woman.
Some people can like the quote unquote dad bod.
It's very popular in our
Yeah.
generation, which is fucking awesome.
weird. Yeah.
I think it's great as a bad guy.
It's just a very like polar opposite from
Yeah.
what we're used to.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
it's because they look at like chubby guys and they're like, he's not gonna cheat on me, and then it's like, oh yes, well I am, motherfucker. How dare you?
Well, I'm so cute.
Oh,
everyone thinks I'm cute.
I should be so happy that I got a chance with you as a fat guy.
Yeah.
There's no way I would ever cheat on you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch.
Meanwhile, you got some club hoe throwing fucking
Yeah.
pussy at you. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, you're such a good friend. You're so nice. You want your dick sucked?
I get-
It's just like, yes.
I get quite a few like
Yes.
smiles, you know what I'm saying, that I don't deserve every now and then as the fat guy, and I'm just like, it's because
Yep.
they're looking at me like, I bet he's got like a paycheck and he'll be grateful and he would never cheat on me or nothing. That guy looks safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Yes.
So
Really, in reality, it's a bomb.
yeah,
Fucking
and let's be
mind-
honest, who doesn't love
minefield.
flamingos?
Yes.
You know,
yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Especially when it looks like it's tattooed on your body.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's so just skin tight.
This is definitely a back nine problem.
shows your
Dad.
nips.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Promo code thickness, all lowercase letters.
You asked them why.
But you should walk away with uppercase feelings when you're wearing it because
Because you can look fire.
you're gonna look so
You look
good, bro.
fucking fire.
Oh, so that's what I was saying though. If you're medium fat, right,
Yeah.
you can wear kind of the right thing, the right size shirt, the right pants, to make it look like maybe there's not too much fat. You're just kind of like like one shape instead of a bunch of shapes. Not getting that back nine problems close, but when you hit my level of fat, the over 300 gang, what am I trying to hide, bro?
It's fair. It's fair.
What am I trying to? I'm gonna wear this big shirt so people don't see this blimp walking down the fucking street. I am twice the size of quite a few people that I know. You know what I'm saying? The black shirt doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
fucking see a blimp.
Yeah. It's like, oh, good year, huh? Good job. I like that shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, so like with the back line, like, yes, it's tight, but also like I like the way it makes my shoulders look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Frames, yeah.
Because I've got like the murder belly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I've got like from titties up, pretty good, right? I have a neck. You know what I'm saying? I've got traps. I've got like wide shoulders and a big chest.
Yeah.
I don't got those weird fat guy tits that like droop down and become actual tits like milkers. I just got like tits because I'm fat.
Like little mommy milkers.
Yeah, like my tits are perky and fantastic. You know what I'm saying? They're up there. They're ready to go.
Yeah,
you know
got a
what I'm
little
saying?
lift to them. You know?
My nipples don't look like they're depressed. Right? They're pointing out, not down.
A little bit of a shelf underneath your boobs.
Some guys get like mom tits where they're like their tits are just getting taken by gravity. Their nipples are looking straight down.
That and like they start to get a little bit of a roundness to them.
Their nipples are just like salam. You know what I'm saying? Just big old fatties.
I still have like the square outline. They're just not in the square shape anymore. Which is, I'm not too far gone, but I'm getting there.
I get the one dry spot in the center between my titties when I'm sweating sometimes.
Yeah.
There's just that one area of the shirt that's like hanging above the rest of my body.
Not touching nothing. Yeah, 100%.
But like, and then you get to my stomach and it's just a nightmare. The whole middle of me is just like a pear. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, wow. Like, I'm just wearing I got a backpack on the front. I got a backpack on the back. Just fat as hell.
Yeah.
And then we go back to legs. I got normal guy legs. You know, like some fat guys, they get that wrist pocket where their forearm looks like a pocket pussy and their hand is going inside of it.
Yeah, it looks like an extra sleeve almost.
Yeah. Or they got those like aggressive cankles where they got like the sleeve. I don't have any of that. So I just had this big ass stomach.
Yeah. So it's all focused on right in your midsection. You know?
Like if I was to wear a back nine problem shirt, which I do constantly, the top half of it, if I got like a picture taken nipple up, I'd be like, that's a good looking guy right there, bro. That guy looks like he's fucking strong. You know what I'm saying?
He's got some fucking muscle.
Yeah, and if it was nipple down, I'd be like, what are we looking at?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
This is unfortunate character here.
Fuck, it looks like a cow tongue hanging off of his fucking stomach.
Oh,
dude, when I first lost hella weight,
make it sound worse than it actually is.
You know what's crazy is like I'm fat as hell. But I've still been much fatter than I am now. So I still have like a little bit of loose skin around my stomach from being fatter. And when I was like peak fitness, I had so much loose fucking skin that I could wear a 3X and fill it out like at 250 because all the loose skin would just be pushing forward and making a stomach. But then I can also wear an XL and it would just push all the loose skin upwards. And I would fill that out the same.
Well, that makes sense.
Like I had two different body types depending on what shirt I was wearing.
Yeah, because it's like you're compacting it closer to your body versus it just kind of filling and like holding on the sides. I guess.
It's pushing it in versus letting it spill out, and it would spill out.
Just get literally like as full as possible. But at the same time, like back nine problems, they keep everything all tucked in,
that's
nice
the thing.
and,
It's
nice
got
and
that
comfortable.
It literally, it cuffs around the bottom of my intense stomach, and then still lays on my hips like a shirt sit, a shirt.
Yeah.
It doesn't just stop at the end of my stomach, and then I lift my hands and my whole tummy comes out.
Like it pops out, like
a dog out the window.
Like a titty pop, but instead it's your fucking belly.
Oh yeah, no, these go past the belly. I like them. I think they're great shirts. I think that the BAP rag would be hilarious. I want a BAP rag.
Yeah,
I want one. I want one just for work.
Oh, spooky!
What was that?
It was the power cable that I set up there that I knew was going to fall over, but I left it there anyway.
Okay, I thought I knocked something over.
It's
just being a big guy thing.
We have a studio ghost now.
That's all right. You can be part of the studio.
Yeah. We'll name
Back
him
then,
Charlie. Backmanproblems.com.
You could wear a ghost camo shirt if you're a ghost. I think that would be pretty cool.
This ad's all over the place.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird episode.
Yeah, literally this morning, John and I kind of walked into the studio squinty-eyed because I was up until 4 in the morning last night with Johnny.
And I have awful sleep apnea.
Yeah, and Lulu just kind of looked at her like, hi. Coffee? No. Energy drinks.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you got to go above the fucking coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, because, I mean, you drink a lot of caffeine. Mm-hmm. Coffee almost never wakes me up as much as it's like a treat. Like, I've gotten, all right, like, let me give you an example, right? Like, I went camping with my girl not that long ago. We were coming back, and we stopped in Cordelia, and we hit a Starbucks and got some gas. And I got, like, you know, like a fucking white mocha or whatever, and I added, like, 4 ad shots. You know what I'm saying? So it's just dark. It's iced, but it never got cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much espresso in it, it can't actually get cold anymore. And we got home. It's only like 30 minutes from Cordelia. It's nothing too crazy. I fucking chugged it like the whole ride home. I sit down, I put it next to me, empty, pass out.
Yeah. Just immediately, like this might as well not have been, like, consumed,
Yeah.
more or less.
It could have just been ice water the whole time, honestly. I just need something to sip on. But, like, coffee almost never does it for me. I think I just like the taste of creamer. I don't like the taste of coffee. I like the taste of things
most
you
people
add
like
to
the
coffee.
sugar, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie about shit.
yeah, of course.
But, like, energy drinks, like, those will actually sometimes, like, really hit me.
The chemicals, probably. You
I
know?
love chemicals.
Yeah.
God damn it, they're so good.
It's pretty much mine's empty now too. But you get mostly espresso drinks from what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Like mixed drinks that have like espresso shots in them for the most
Yeah.
part. Yeah, like I can't remember how many shots of espresso it takes to equate to coffee, but I know that like most people who are like in the coffee train specifically for the coffee, you know, like caffeine up, you know, we'll just get black coffee straight up and only that.
Yeah.
You know, and then that at that point, you're probably more of a seasoned coffee drinker, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
But then there's the flip side of people who like get coffee. The fucking stupid noise gate's back. I'm
It
sorry.
sounded like a train
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
second.
It's I don't know if anyway. Sorry. Well, I'll keep track of that right now and cut this out right
They
now.
probably won't hear it. Like last week you adjusted my headphones while I was talking, and I acknowledged it, and then I went back to the episode, and you can't hear that, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I just said that for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but it didn't matter though.
Out of context, out of nowhere. Just like, that was weird.
There's a weird fucking buzz that we've been hearing the past couple of days, and
booze.
it's not translating into the recording, so maybe it's how our... Anyways, going back to the coffee thing, there's people who will get like black coffee and then literally just get an espresso shot directly into the fucking coffee
Jesus
itself with no
Christ.
cream or anything, you know? I think that's like a black eye, I think is what they call it.
Red eye?
No, there's red eye, and then they
What's
have
a red eye?
black eye is a different thing. So
Okay.
usually a red eye, it has to do with, I believe,
All right, you look up red eye, and
espresso.
I'll look up black eye at the
Let's
same
see
time.
here.
Black eye peas.
Red eye coffee.
So
Let's see.
so what is a black eye coffee? A cup of normal drip coffee, either iced or hot, with a double shot of espresso.
Yep. Red eye, I think maybe it's just a single shot.
Oh my
Let's see.
gosh, dude, that sounds like murder. But also, I don't like the taste of black coffee.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a punishment.
Yeah, it's
Like-
definitely like bitter, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you can't taste bitterness as like potently as others, kind of like dark chocolate, actually. You know, like
Love
how
dark
some
chocolate.
really dark, really dark, fully dark chocolate's like bitter.
I like that. I fill my mouth with it as much as I can.
Well, see, then I don't understand why you don't like the
I
bitter of
also
coffee.
I like black licorice. I think it's a
Ew,
good
dude.
time. Yeah,
That's disgusting.
it's wonderful.
That's vile.
I like it more than I like regular licorice.
I hate. You're insane.
Well, okay,
You are actually insane.
I do have a reason for that.
I'm
but
upset that you have even said this to me.
It's weird because black licorice is just a really like weird gothy edgelord thing to want to eat.
I guess so.
Like
Yeah.
only assholes eat black licorice. Only people who like worship the night eat black licorice, right?
The
Like,
night, dude.
like if you're eating black licorice, chances are you have black nail polish while you're eating them.
What? That's a very interesting
That's
stereotype.
how I feel about it. 'Cause
Okay.
Who do you know that likes that shit?
Nobody.
Vampires?
Literally nobody.
Fuck me.
Literally nobody.
Yeah,
Not even sure vampires
Fucking
would fucking
Arab,
eat that shit.
Arab people,
You know?
I would assume, love it. But other than that, I don't fucking really know many people who like that shit.
I don't know anybody.
And then whenever you
I
meet
think-
somebody who likes it, they're usually pretty prideful of it.
I
Like,
don't know
I
because I've
love-
never met anybody who was fucking retarded.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
like,
I've met plenty, dude. I live with one. God damn, dude. Speaking of which,
it's not a good candy, bro.
he had the shit of his life the other day.
Oh,
I
Bubbles?
think he must have shit his pants
Oh,
first.
we're straight into the bubbles.
Dude, there was
bullshit.
so much shit on the toilet seat.
Ew,
and on the underside
dude,
of the
that's
toilet seat.
disgusting that he doesn't
Dude,
clean
the-
up after himself.
Dude, the
like
toilet
that.
seat was up, and I saw shit on the bottom.
Yeah, he must have
I was
splattered.
like, oh my gosh. And
must
then I
have
pushed
splattered.
it, and then I I used my foot to bring the bowl down, because if I already see poop, I already know, I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
I bring down the seat, and it's just covered in shit.
Yeah.
Like he shit himself,
dude.
and then he went full ticker from Winnie the Pooh and bounced on it a few times, and then dragged his ass across the floor wearing his pants and underwear and shit in it still, and then sat on the toilet. I wanted to throw up. I hit it with a simple green, and then I went into his room and I told him he needs to wash his calves
That's disgusting.
because he
dude.
shit so hard. I would imagine it came between the fucking seat and the bowl and splattered the back of his
Your
legs.
fucking legs, yeah.
Like, yeah, clean your socks,
Oh,
motherfucker.
man.
That was awful.
I hope that he like. I'm gonna hate myself for saying this and bring this up, but I hope that he wipes well, or at least helps in the shower after.
I don't know. I think his
you
shower
know.
routine is insane. His shower routine, because okay, here's the thing. I don't know that he uses soap.
We're like slandering
'Cause
Bubbles at
all-
this point.
That's fine. Fuck him.
Like, Jesus Christ,
I
bro.
told him the other day I want to monetize him and I's relationship somehow,
yeah,
and then like
because
he-
it's bullshit.
Yeah, and
It's
immediately he's-
absolute bullshit.
I mean, he's like, no. I'm like, come on, like let me create like a series of shorts
Yeah.
that have to do with you and our life together.
Yeah,
It's like, no,
'Cause
fuck
at this,
you.
At this point, I need to be profited from your bullshit. you know.
I told him, I was like, what if we just do me finding elaborate ways to wake you up every day? He was so very much against that.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
even fucking wake up half the time
Well,
anyway.
I do it like with the that retarded girl robot voice, like waking my retarded roommate up.
Oh,
Day
yeah.
number 74, and then
Yeah.
it's just me coming in with a fucking bucket of water and dousing him
just
with
dousing
it,
him, yeah.
fucking throwing the bucket at his head and running away.
yeah. And then immediate cut to you running away and him chasing you, going like, "John,
God damn it, you fucking asshole!
yeah, yeah, because you got to show that it's not like you're not abusing him. He's like, you got to show that he's like a menace. You know?
I'm alright with abusing
like,
him. It's fine.
Like, well, yeah, but I mean, like, it's more widely accepted, or at least more socially accepted, that if
Yeah.
if he's a full fucking asshat.
He is a
you
little
know?
asshat, dude.
Like-
Yesterday I went to Burger King, right? And
Already into it. Yep, already straight into it.
So all right, so I had like my little Adams. I had like an Adam Sandler moment at the Burger King yesterday.
Okay.
So I pull up. I notice the dude in front of me, and the dude in front of me, in line through the drive-through. I know him. So I'm like, oh shit. So this thing I'll do to somebody if that happens is, I'll take a picture of your car
Yeah.
and I'll send it to you
Okay.
because I'm right behind you.
Right.
Right. So we're waiting in line, and then I see him like look down on his phone, and then do the what, and then turn around hella fast, and then see me, and I'm already ready for him. Like, hey, buddy.
Yes. Yeah.
And he actually paid for my meal,
Well.
which was super nice of him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just out of nowhere. Like I show up to my turn to the window, and I go to hand my card, and they're like, no, actually, like it was like a big deal to them too. They're like, actually, he paid for your meal. It's like one of the nicest things I've ever seen. Like this lady was like way too into it. And then behind her is this Mexican kid who's like also kind of looks like his mind is blown. Like,
Wait, this is at a Burger King?
is that a Burger King?
Oh, my
It's not
fucking
like a
God.
Starbucks where people do that shit.
Yeah.
It's Burger
Yeah,
King where
yeah.
people are trash.
Sure.
Can't afford to be paying for other
sure,
people's shit.
Yeah.
And so like there's this Mexican who like he's getting a good laugh out of it. Like he's like excited. He's like, this is dope. And so like while we're sitting there waiting for the thing, I'm just cracking jokes and he's loving it. He's fucking laughing. He's dying behind there. I told him, I was like, I bet he wish he wouldn't have paid for a fat guy's food, bro, huh? He thought he was gonna be paying for some value menu shit, not a family.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
And then I was
Maybe
like,
from something from the dollar menu, but it's
Yeah.
the whole fucking
and then,
menu.
And then he would laugh, and then another minute would go by, and I'd be like, hey, bro, how much more was mine shit than his shit? Like 4 or 5 times as much? How many more things did I order than he did? And he's just fucking laughing.
Yeah.
And fucking loving it. But then, so yeah, I get my food and I go home. And Bubbles does this thing every time if I get any fast food, especially without him. He'll see the cup. And he'll be like, oh, you went to Jack in the Box, huh?
Oh my fucking god!
Because he's trying to.
Yes, you instigator.
He's trying to make a fat joke. He's like, oh, I went to Burger King, huh? Found some Burger King today, huh? I'm like, yeah, bitch. What'd you do today? Nothing. Fuck you.
Yeah, right.
Go back to bed.
You rolled out of bed.
You
that was your
nasty
achievement
fuck.
today.
You
know?
nasty fuck.
At least I can go get my food.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to be chauffeured around, asshole.
Yeah.
You ever? Actually, it's funny that you bring this up too with the whole like paying it forward thing, but. There's been a lot of articles surfacing, at least on my feed, on that idea of somebody talking about how they were doing the pay it forward thing and it got to their turn, and like their order was like $2.19. You know, like they're like skinny, regular fucking people that like have restraint. You know, like
yeah.
All right, so
will to live.
Yeah, right. So it's not like the person in front of them was like going like, oh yeah, I'm paying for like your $30 fucking meal, you know, or something that's just like $2, right?
Yeah.
And she didn't pay the next person forward, you know, and like I guess it was this big old thing that like the drive-through operators were being all in a tizzy about it. And it's like, well, like the other person paid for it, you should, you know, extend the courtesy.
No.
And she was like, no, like. How much is the next person? It's like $10, and it's just like my meal was. I had came here to pay $2.19. So why would I pay literally more than 4 times the amount I originally initially had paid because you want me to be courteous, quote unquote?
Like,
you know?
How about you just? I'll give you $2.19 for my shit, and you apply it towards their shit.
Yeah, you know, at
Yeah,
least,
like,
right? So she posts this whole thing and an article on it, and then like there's a huge, like, as there is always, Facebook comments war on some people saying no, like she's an asshole, she should pay it forward, she should be fortunate, and that's called privilege, blah, blah, you know, that card, those typical cards that are tossed around.
Yeah.
And then the opposite side of people going like, no, like she's entitled to her own money, she's allowed to decide when and when she shouldn't be courteous.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
because like somebody gave somebody something doesn't mean that you have to do the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice because it's all right. So on the side of her being an asshole,
Sure.
let's just take it that way.
Mm-hmm.
As far as human beings working together, we are all inherently very selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So when you actually get a chain of people being selfless and helping one another, to be the asshole who breaks, it's not great.
Sure.
You know, it's like, oh, look at this. We're promoting people being nice to each other and kind of working, even if it's just buying a drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be anything else. It could be seeing somebody struggle push the car, and then a bunch of people get out and help push the car. And yes, it slows down traffic, but as a whole, we got through it, and now that person's safe and things can go back to normal. Or paying for the fucking drink. It's just like people are doing a good thing for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
I'm sure it makes everybody in the store happy because it's like, look how nice people are today.
Yeah,
When you
'cause
work
they're
in
in a good
retail
mood.
and a lot of people are usually shitty. So it's like you catch this streak of like, look at humanity. Like, look at
Yeah.
us. Like,
Good
look at
Samaritanism
look at
or
people
whatever.
being fucking people and not just jerks for once. And then you break the chain.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes,
Yeah.
it's your money, but yeah, you did kind of break the fucking chain. Now being on the other side of that, like, fuck me, dude. Like, what if that next person's got like 8 coffees?
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, yeah.
like, what if
exactly.
I'm the asshole who lands on the bomb? Like,
Right.
you know, like I work in this building that I recently got exiled from. It's a whole story.
Oh boy.
But it's
well,
full
now we
of,
gotta talk about it.
oh, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's full of old people. Old people. You go there to die, essentially. So
Yeah.
some residents are there for 15 years. Some are there for a couple months. You know, this is end of life. You want to be
Right.
comfortable and you have a lot of money. You live here.
Right.
And I've talked about like, you know, an HVAC system lasts about 15 to 20 years. So if you move in and you happen to be the asshole who has that HVAC or the fridge or the plumbing or something go bad, you pay for it. And then after you die, the next people get to live off that. And then the next people all the way until it breaks again in like 20 years. Right. So it's like as cool as that could be, that like you took care of it and like now a lot of people will never have to worry about that in the rest of their little short period of life that they're going to be living there.
Sure, yeah.
Somebody gets stuck with the bill.
Sure.
Somebody's going to get fucked. Right? So it's like in the drive-through thing, it's like, yeah, like this is really cool, but what if somebody might get fucking bombed,
right,
and end up paying for way too much shit, you know?
Yeah,
and then when you say yes and you give them your card, you know, if they're like, oh, by the way, it's like 5 drinks, you can't be like, oh, no, give them my card back.
Yeah,
it's like, you already gave them the
shame.
card.
Yeah. You're almost like stuck with the villain at that point.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't want to look poor or like an asshole, but also I don't want to spend $40 on Starbucks right now.
No, of course not.
Especially since somebody just paid for my $3 drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I almost got away with a win today. But like I see at Burger King, like there's no chance I would have done that. There was nobody behind me, but even then, like, that guy did that because he knows me and he did a nice thing. I don't know the next fucking guy. And if I did, I probably still wouldn't fucking do it. Let's be real with you. Because also, it's like you never know. One time, how old am I? 30? Cool. 18. I was 18. Let's say I was 18. I was still working at a hookah lounge in Brentwood. And it was like 2 a.m. I'm hammered. My boss is hammered. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely fucked.
We find out that a different store where we actually live, because I'm like 20 minutes away in a different city. That's where I was working. There was another location in the city I live in. I just happened to work at the further one. They were having like a crazy night. So we were going to drive from where we were drunk all the way 20 minutes to the other place to help them.
You good, bro?
They're
having a lot of bodily functions over there.
The C4 is literally like bubbling up into my throat as I'm talking.
Like
it's like
for every 4 words.
It's like,
big swallowed.
It's fucking killing me. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
man.
All right. So we stop at McDonald's.
Let me know if you're gonna explode. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Dude, that was rough. I was trying so hard to just talk through it, but it kept coming out.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So we get there and we decide we're gonna go to McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
And we're in 2 different cars. So my boss goes first, and then no. He goes first. Sorry, I'm stupid.
That's
and
good.
he goes,
You're good.
And he goes, I want to pay for the guy behind me's order. Now I'm drunk and it's 2 a.m. at McDonald's and I'm fat as hell. I think I ordered like minimum $30 worth of shit in 2011. You know what I'm saying? It's different in 2011. That was a lot of food.
Also, it's a lot
McDoubles were
cheaper.
still $1.
Yeah.
McChickens were still $1.
Meals are like $7.50 now. Like a lot of fucking like
oh,
full
dude,
meals.
I can't eat for anything less than $20.
Yeah.
Not anymore. And if I want to
feel
pick
like
out,
it
it's
used
$30.
to be like $2 cheaper for most things.
I feel like it used to be like $10.
You know, really?
I think when we were like,
Oh, you mean as a whole?
in 2011, I think I got a whole lunch for $10. And like that's like a good amount of food,
right? Yeah, like not just the meal, because like
because I get like side.
You got to
things.
understand that everyone eats like we do. You know, most people just get a number 7 and that's it.
Well,
you know, we get a number 7 and a McDouble and an extra large fry.
But here's the thing: that number 7 now is probably like $12 for a large. Where back then it was like $8. Right?
You know, I think it's.
I went to Jack in the Box recently.
Really?
It was about 11. I think it's about $11 or $12 for a large number 7, the bacon rolls with cheese.
I guess I could have sworn the McDonald's prices were like $8 like meals for the most part.
I never go to McDonald's just because of my 25th birthday, but like Jack in the Box, it's like, all right, I'll go to Jack. I'll full disclosure, I'll go to Jack in the Box. I'll get the bacon ultimate cheeseburger meal.
Yep.
And then 1 or 2 side value burgers, and that's usually about $15 to $17.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? That's a king's amount of food for about $20.
Yeah, because they also give you they give you like a bucket of soda. You know,
right.
They give you like
not anymore. Now they're all scaling down though. If you've noticed, like
I haven't been drinking one in a long time.
I've noticed it across all of the places because
McDonald's is smaller for sure.
Yeah, like their large Coke is like now what was the medium when we were kids. Remember when like the large used to be like plastic because it was that much fucking bigger?
Yeah,
that's like nowhere.
No,
I went to Burger King. Like their large is now what the medium was. Jack in the Box went down to medium. They're taking away our fucking soda, man. The prices are only going up.
We're American, and we need to not be fat.
No. That's
but they
a sign.
still want their money.
That's a sign. I think it's fucking beautiful. We could be fat in this country. You know why? Because things are going well. If your mass population can be fat that means there's enough food and money going around that people could be fat. You know, and there's some countries where there's no fat people. Why? They can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
You can't afford to be fat.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, you know, like I used to feel the same way, but I think also like realizing how much bullshit is in our food
That's a lot
and
of
how
us.
much of it contributes to well, like did you know actually this is a real fact. Apparently, if you were to go to a supermarket right here and grab a bag of Lay's or Doritos or whatever and look at the ingredients in the back of it, if you went and bought the same exact bag in Europe, you know, like the UK, for example, that the bags and the ingredients are completely different from each other.
Oh yeah,
Literally,
it's
like same
standards
product,
and
same everything.
different standards and rules. I mean, it's just like how like in Coke in Mexico has real sugar in it still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, so like,
But-
and now it's like there's just so much shit in our food, you know?
Well, you gotta
that-
think like of how many of us there are, and like how crazy the Industrial Revolution's been to where we don't have necessarily the time to think about cooking 3 meals for the most part anymore. Like it used to be like I think food could have been something that like that was like part of the day, right? Was cooking. You cooked breakfast, you made lunch, you cooked dinner. Now I think for a lot of people like their career and work is so much in front of what they're doing that like food isn't even like it's like I can't think about putting an hour away to put a bunch of ingredients together to eat for 4 minutes and then put another 20 minutes away or so for dishes when it's just like, oh, but I can also just pay $4 and eat like 3 cheeseburgers and pass out.
Yeah, I mean, we're all victims of convenience here, like big time in America.
Well, we're all, especially where we live, we're all rushing to survive though. At the same time, like I think like for where we live, a lot of motherfuckers have like 2 jobs.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Or if they don't have 2 jobs, a lot of people have like the kind of jobs where it's 6 days a week and they're doing like 10s and 12-hour shifts and shit like that. So it's just like it's one of those like convenience is almost like the only option for a lot of people, at least in their head. You know what I'm saying? Like I think another thing is we do get tricked
yes,
into thinking we're fucked. Like I think it was Charlemagne the God was like the best at putting it like about how much free time you actually have that you don't think you have. It's like he'll be like, all right, you sleep for 8 hours a day, you go to work for 8 hours a day, so what are you doing with those other 8 hours?
right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Where are they? What are you doing with them? And so in the reality for a lot of people it's not much
Right.
because it's like split up, right? There's the couple hours before work, the couple hours after work. Some people wake up and they go straight to work. Some people are up for a few hours. Some people end their day with work. But so they think that time doesn't exist. But realistically, if you sleep for 8 hours a day and you go to work for 8 hours a day, well, then in your week, 8 times 7, you've got 56 hours
Right.
that you could have done something with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that time could be filled with like exercise and actually cooking your food
Yeah.
and organizing things and staying clean and healthy and shit like that. But a lot of us just go, fuck, I'm so tired. I already got to go back to work. I got to go to bed in like 2 hours. Like, I'm worn out. Like, my boss is fucking killing me. I guess I'm just going to sit here and watch TV for 2 hours.
Yeah, because they're burnt out and that's what they want to do.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I don't want to fucking cook.
I've
I've been
heard that
fucking working all
before
goddamn day.
with like poor mentality, you know, like and a lot of people immediately get like offended and think of like poor mentality. Oh, like that's like people calling us lazy, right? It's like no, it's the act of tricking yourself, like you said before, into thinking that because you don't have high income, you don't have the ability to do anything else other than work and sleep.
There's so many people who like think they can't lose weight because they can't afford celebrity trainers.
Yeah, or going to the gym even. You know,
or
it's
all
like
organic food.
you just can go out and walk around your neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know?
The realistically, it's like a lot of people who complain just aren't really putting in the effort.
Yeah, you could do push-ups and sit-ups every day, and like, there's a lot of just
You can
only
put
your
less
body.
horrible things into your face.
You know? Yeah, you know,
They
it's-
can even be horrible still, just put less of them.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to that convenience thing. You know, it's like victim of convenience, whether or not you view it as it's the only option or not. It's still the fact that the convenience is there, you know, and it's just easier just to go to whatever fast food joint, not even pay good rates, because it's like it used to be at least where like paying for organic food was more expensive. Now it's
Yeah.
at a point where like fast food's just as expensive as getting organic food now at Safeway or
Yeah,
something.
I've
you know?
noticed that too. Like, okay, so I only go to Jack in the Box or Taco Bell. I don't typically fuck with the other ones. I did have Burger King yesterday because it's been a while, but like typically I just go to the same places.
Them chicken fries though.
Oh man, but
Anyways.
like I have noticed, yeah, like slowly but surely, everything's just been going up. Like the value menu is a myth now,
Yeah,
right? It used to be there used to be a menu of shit for $1.
Yeah, only $1.
Yeah, now it's like
$2.50.
Oh, dude, I went into a McDonald's with a coworker for breakfast, and like I remember when hash browns were $1, they're like $2.50 now
Yeah,
for a fucking hash brown.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
they're
like,
popular.
so it's like, yeah, you're right. Like it used to be that organic was almost unreasonably more expensive, but it's like now everything's just kind of unreasonably expensive. So
And
it's
it
really
made
up
that-
to you.
It made that convenience lean more heavily. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you not only is it convenient, but it's cheaper. You know, and that was one of the arguments for like when Super Size Me, that movie. You know, remember it was a thing that like part of the reason why a lot of people were fat was not only are they a victim of the convenience, but like they can't afford healthier foods, you know.
Yeah.
So they're buying this cheaper, non-nutritionist to just fill you, like it's like feed for animals, basically, you know.
Well, yeah, like-
but now it's the total, like that's that convenience is the only thing that's there as far as just not having to cook it, grab it, and go. Like it's not even cheaper anymore, you
Well,
know.
yeah. Well, like I remember when I was working at Target, it would be like I remember I did the math with a coworker one day. I was like, look, I can go make a bomb salad. I can get the salad $5, croutons $3.50, salad dressing $3.50.
Chicken, maybe if you're feeling bougie.
Anything else that you want to put in it, add $3 or $4, right? Now I've made one dope salad for like north of $20.
yeah,
Or I can go get 8 McDoubles for like $9.
yeah.
Eat myself half to death and be much more satisfied than that salad would have ever
Yeah.
done for me.
Yeah.
So back then it really was just like, dude, why would I pay fucking $11 to eat one small organic meal when I can have like 3 or 4 different sessions across the different fast food places with like the value menu?
Yeah,
Like, I could feed myself for 4 days off value menu food compared to that one meal, which is a salad, which I'm going to be fucking hungry after I eat that, and I'm going to be mad about it.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
because it's not as heavy.
Yeah.
But now, like, you go to a store and you can get like the big fucking tubs of spinach or mix, you know, like a salad or whatever the fuck. That's not
I can
even,
never get
you
through
know,
that shit in time.
Get the well, because you just don't eat it enough. You
Yeah,
probably will
exactly.
have one good awesome salad out of it, and you won't go and make another one afterwards.
Nope.
You know, that's typical for a lot of people.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But it's like, you know, you can go get a huge tub of mixed greens and some other like lettuce and stuff, get like a separate dressing, you know, and while buying all of the mix-ins and everything and like the chicken, the croutons, the cheese, that might cost you still about 25 to 30, you know, for everything to make it baller. But then now you have multiple healthy salads for the entire week, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like you're saying, there was like 1 or 2 salads max, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
we're
like,
talking about like just buying the medium-sized bag. That
yeah,
yeah, that's
You
enough
know?
just to feed the family for like one dinner.
Yeah, so it's like now it's like you can eat healthy, but it's still not happening as much, you know. And I think it's because
Convenience,
after
dude, like-
that and after decades of people being having access to this convenience, you know, now you kind of have a couple generations that in a way are subconsciously trained, you know, to just go to get fast food, you know.
Oh, yeah, well,
so they
all
can
right,
get
like-
away with increasing the prices, you know.
Let's put in a scenario, right? You work 10-hour shifts, and it's labor. You know, so it's not. Let's say you're like a rough carpenter, so you're like you're cutting and moving wood all day and banging shit with a hammer. You're climbing. You're fucking carrying shit. You're taking lots of measurements, which could be on the mental side because you know everything has to be to the not even to the inch. It needs to be to the 32nd of an inch.
Yeah.
Okay, like you can't just be like, oh, it's about 4 inches. Like that's not going to work like that because you're going to line it all up and it's not going to fucking work. It's all going to be off. I've seen videos of like people being an inch off while they're going across like building a wall, and by the time they get to the last plank, they're like 8 inches too short
Yeah.
because of just that tiny measurement across time. So let's say you have like you're like a rough carpenter putting in long ass days, mentally and physically straining. You're getting off at 7 o'clock. You need to be in bed by 9.
Yeah.
Because you got to be back on the yard by 5.
Right.
And then, so you're getting off work. You know you've got about 2 hours until you need to be asleep. Now you can either go home, make a dinner. It'll take you about 30 minutes probably, maybe a little longer. If you want to cook chicken, that's going to be like an hour.
Sure.
It's just what it is.
Right.
And then get it all going. Make your plate. By the time you're done eating, maybe it's like 8:15. You finish your food. You go do your dishes. Now it's about 8:30. You got 30 minutes till bedtime. Other scenario, you're getting off at 7. You hit Wendy's.
Yeah.
You know, you take it home. You immediately turn the TV on. You're done eating by like 7:30. Now you got an hour and a half of your day. Like it's just one of those, like, I think we're so crunched for time.
Yeah.
And with the convenience thing, it's like, man, I'd rather have that extra time to wind down and do what I'm doing instead of being like, all right, finally, now that I've eaten, I can wind down. Oh, what? It's bedtime?
Yeah.
Fuck me,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, time to keep going.
And the real KO punch is fast food companies know that.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, dude.
You
Like,
know, and they milk you for it.
I can
you know?
I can have that Wendy's and eat it by the time I get into my driveway.
That's the thing.
The
Like,
whole way home.
if nobody capitalized on that weakness, you know, then you know you would be forced to go and get the healthy meal, you know. But like fast food companies know that convenience is there for, you know, the blue collar worker, you know, and for a lot of people who don't have that time and are, you know, the only option that they think that they have is to go get that food that can be quick and done.
Yeah.
So like that's why the whole thing of that's why I feel like they can get away with raising prices, you know, because the
we're not going
convenience is
anywhere,
still there, and there's no fucking way that people are just going to suddenly stop eating fast food because organic, healthier foods are suddenly more accessible. You know, like they've already hooked several generations of people. It's not stopping anytime soon. You know,
Oh, hell no.
Which really sucks when you think about it, because it's just like no matter what, there's it's like a symphony of things working together to kind of perpetuate the fat issue, the convenience, the mentality of being poor, and teaching basically generations of people that they only have any option is to consume fast food and shitty food, and that's it, and that's all they're gonna have, you know. Like,
but devil's
it's a whole
advocate,
fucking thing.
Devil's advocate, CEO of McDonald's over here. Isn't it beautiful that we live in a country that's so prosperous that we don't actually think or concern ourselves with food anymore? That used to be humans' number one thing.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
let's go back to hunters and gatherers. That was it. What are we going to eat today? How are we going to find it? You know what I'm saying? What are we going to hunt, and how long can we preserve that meat to feed the tribe while the women are picking berries and shit? Like, that used to be, and in some places in this world, it's still like, how am I going to eat today? You know, like, it's not necessarily what I'm going to eat. It's like, can I afford to eat? You know what I'm saying? If I can afford to eat, what about my children? I should probably let them have it, because, you know, if I can only afford to eat one person, I'm going to give it to my kid over myself, because they're a child, they're growing, they need it. Maybe they'll do better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it is kind of cool that, like, the most basic human need is literally an afterthought for us here.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there's food. There's food everywhere. What do you want? What do you want?
have
Like,
it. Yeah.
You want vegan? There's vegan restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to one of them. It's going to be empty, so it'll be like fast food. They've got nobody to prepare shit for.
It's gonna be empty.
It's going to be like McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's fast as McDonald's,
Yeah.
because they haven't made a salad in 2 hours.
I don't know why they thought they could have a whole fucking ass restaurant. You know, just have a
Dude.
shack, you dumb fucks.
Oh my god, dude! I've seen some too. Where, like, there was one that I liked. It was called like Lettuce Inn or something. And it was like a vegan restaurant. They made sandwiches, but instead of bread, they would use lettuce wraps. It lasted for maybe a month.
Yeah.
Maybe a month, and it was
Yeah.
gone already.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like, no
dude.
shit.
Dude, vegan, like everyone acts like vegans are everywhere. It's like, no, they're just very loud about being vegan, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, that's it. you
Yeah,
know?
I do think it. I wonder what percentage of people actually
Not many.
are.
Not
Yeah.
many.
Well, it's hard to.
We only run into them because we're in the Bay Area.
Yeah, well,
That's
it's also, I can imagine, like, you know, like, I know a guy who's vegan, who's very strict vegan, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
he's I feel like he spends a quarter of his life cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
yeah,
like,
well, he has to, yeah.
you know, like, and researching, you know, you need to know what plants can give you what things. And, like, also, like, one thing about the vegans is they're a lot more paying attention to like nutrients. They're counting their protein, they're counting their fat, their carbs, their healthy fat versus their saturated fat.
Yeah.
Their vitamin intake and shit like that, where we're just like cheeseburger now.
Yeah.
4 of them.
Quick and done. Yeah.
4 of them. Those are 2 biters at McDonald's, all right? Don't try to tell me, because here's, all right.
Oh boy. All right.
Because I want to know this. Why is it at home, if I make a hamburger and I grill it up or whatever, I can eat 1, 2 if I'm hungry as fucking really going for it. McDonald's, I feel like I can eat 8.
It's probably what substance is cooked in and what it's actually made of.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
guess they don't use a lot of meat though either.
Yeah, I mean, if you consider like a full home cooked burger, you know, you got the big fluffy bun, you know, you usually got all the fixins on it, and usually you're not skimping on your own fixes.
God
you
damn,
know?
right. I'm not trying to save this avocado.
Right. When you go to Safeway, you're not buying thin burger patties. You're buying full, thick, like, you know,
Yeah,
like
buying meat.
or you're making your own patties, which
Yeah.
could be another fucking, you know.
Oh,
right?
that's what I'm doing every time.
So
Yeah.
I would argue that the typical home cooked burger is at least worth 2 of the regular burgers you would get at like McDonald's or Burger King.
I'd say 3 or 4.
Just out of substance,
Yeah.
you know, of like what's actually in the burger,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, there's something. It's just
but-
about fast food in general. Like we can even use Taco Bell too. Like I can eat unlimited Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like wherever full is, I can't seem to find
Yeah,
it.
I honestly believe it's probably because there's less quote unquote real food in fast food as there is like home cooked food. You know?
Yeah, but density
like, it's
wise,
made that
I
way
mean,
on purpose. You know,
But densities wise, it's like it's heavy. It's as heavy as this other thing.
yeah,
You know, so like intake should be kind of the same.
not necessarily.
How much until
You know?
it fills the hole?
It's like if you think about like, your body as a computer, you know, like
Yeah.
your body is smart enough to know what it can actually use and what it can't use.
Oh,
you
yeah, of
know?
course.
Like so, yeah. There's volume, but once your stomach gets through that volume, it doesn't get what it needs. It could still want more. You know,
Yeah.
like a computer when you update a driver, for example, you can have like a shitty firmware update that gets what it needs, but if it doesn't get enough of it, it's going to need another update. You
Yeah.
know, in the sense of like with your stomach when you eat shit, you know, like you could have 20 burgers that have like a lot of heft to it, you know, and it fills you. But once your body filters through all that and goes like, hey, like I still didn't get X, Y, and Z, you know,
Yeah.
like where's X, Y, and Z, you know, versus if you had a home cooked meal that was balanced, you know, you might
Yeah.
be more satiated.
You know, it's
significantly faster.
You know, it's a really fun, nasty, fat thing to do is consider what is in your stomach at this moment. Right?
yeah.
So like let's say it's like 10 o'clock at night, right? You're getting ready for bed. Think about after a long day on a weekend, not on a work day, on a weekend.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What is in your stomach? Like, let's say like, you know, it's end of day. So it's like, I didn't go to breakfast, but for lunch I got fast food and I got a couple burgers and some fries and a soda. So it's like, you imagine that in your stomach.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, all right, and then for dinner I had an actual cooked meal. So there was like a steak and some potatoes and some peas. And then that gets thrown onto the pile. And then it's like, oh, and I had some ice cream for dessert. And then you throw that into the pile. And it's like, oh, I also had some chips for dessert. And then you throw that into the pile. And then it's like, well, I needed more ice cream into the chips. So you throw that into the pile.
yeah.
And then you just consider all of those things in one little bag of juice.
Yeah.
Because it's all being blended.
Why are you going to say juice?
Because your stomach has it. It's just an all cocked together and chewed up different pieces of nasty.
Yeah. It
That
is
in
like
no
a
way
mush
you would ever eat
concoction.
them together.
Yeah.
But they're all together now.
Yeah.
That's a really fun fat thing. I think.
That's a fun fat thing.
Yeah. Because I've thought about before, like
fucking crazy.
am I gonna get sick? And then I'm thinking about like what I put in my stomach and how it might react to other things.
Sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it's like, oh man, that's like I ate a bunch of bread and ice cream. That bread's gonna soak in the ice cream. I'm gonna fucking throw up. There's no fucking way I'm not gonna throw up tonight.
Yeah,
Like,
especially if you're like lactose intolerant or something,
Yeah.
you know.
I wonder
mean, acid reflux is like a product of that kind of stuff, you know.
oh yeah.
So
I wonder if water and bread could be like a good diet. Now hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
What?
Let's say you worked with a doctor.
Okay.
The doctor gives you a pill regimen that gives you everything you need vitamins wise, right? So there's protein pills, vitamin B, vitamin D, calcium, iron, any of the shit that you're gonna need right?
Okay.
So now it's like you almost don't need food now. Because you're gonna medically you're getting all of it through science.
Sure.
You know, like somebody who's in a coma, they're not feeding them steak and potatoes. So you're kind of getting like almost like an IV trip, but it's pill form. And then now all you have to do is satiate hunger. So you just eat bread and then chug water, so it all expands in your stomach, and you always feel full.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe I could see something like that. I would wonder what the difference is between somebody who's in a coma, you know, and somebody who's exerting energy in a different way, you know? Because there's like...
Also, how come we don't do that for fat people?
What do you mean?
Just put them on like an IV drip.
Probably because there's a reason behind it, you know? Like there's like a rational... Because that's what I was saying with the whole energy thing. Like, there's a difference between like existing and sitting in your body burning energy for organs to function and your body to function.
Yeah.
And then there's like... you know, movement energy, you know, like when you're like just walking around and using your body, you know, like what is that, like a different tier of energy that you can't like replenish easily or something, you know, like
what if it was like a fat science camp where every morning you get up and the first thing you do is you strap in for your IV, and that gives you like most of your nutrients and shit for the day that you're going to need.
Yeah.
And then throughout the day, maybe, you know, they'll give you a yogurt with a bunch of pills in it.
Yeah, like whole pills in the yogurt.
You're being watched by doctors and everything like that, and you just stay there for like 4 months and technically almost eat nothing over the course.
Yeah,
and then
just
but
see
you're
what
sustained.
The body changes.
Like, you're not gonna get hurt, but your body just takes in no real food for like 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably like I think certain diets there are like things that are similar to that. Maybe not as extreme, you know, but there probably is like here's a series of 10 pills that all give you your micros and macros that you need, and then you just eat this food groups because like, you know, there's lots of stuff like that. Like corn is filler food, like lettuce is filler food, you know, like cabbage, like we discussed in a previous episode, that's filler food, you know, things that don't necessarily have like are like super foods that have like tons of shit in it. It's just kind of there for the extra like, you know, filling, you know.
Some steamed cabbage with a little soy sauce on it. God damn it.
Rice is filler food.
God damn it.
It's empty carbs, you know.
Yeah. But it's meant to fill you up so you don't keep eating like an asshole.
Yeah, right. You know, so I'm sure there's probably diets that follow that kind of theory, you know, really.
Well, like my older cousin, I remember he lost a bunch of weight doing like the water diet. And essentially what he would do is every time he was going to eat, he would chug 2 water bottles right before eating.
Yeah, and it fills your stomach, you know. I've heard that too
and
before.
And then you just eat less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds... I don't know. That sounds like you're going to have to take a lot of pisses, but you should be that hydrated anyway, I guess.
Yeah, your body will run more efficiently off of more water anyway.
Yeah. I'm definitely starting to feel that C4, by the way. I'm starting to like...
Yeah.
Like, my legs are getting jittery.
Oh, you're getting
shit.
bouncy? I was going to say mine, the Alani, which is actually pretty good. I guess we're sponsored by Alani and C4 today.
Yep.
It tastes really, really good. But now I'm starting to get the burp ups a little bit. So, you know.
It's no fun.
Like the metabolism is burning through this shit for
no
sure.
No fun whatsoever. Dude, speaking of no fun, I almost threw a fucking fit the other day. So I'm with a coworker of mine.
Aisle sandwich?
All right. It's kind of in the vein of aisle sandwich.
Okay.
All right.
We just haven't had one in a while, and I was curious for a second.
Well, no. So, all right. So I enjoy the sandwiches at Safeway in that deli.
Yes.
I think if they're made right, you can get a pretty fire sandwich.
Yeah.
And it's supposed, you know, and like it's you're the one making it with your requests. Somebody else is just assembling it. And somehow the assembler is really 90% of what's going to make that sandwich good or bad.
Go at an aisle sandwich, or not.
Yeah, so I never get one at work because I don't want to be that mad at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already upset that I'm here. I don't want to bum myself out with a bad lunch. So I just don't get those. I'll go to the other side and I'll get, you know, like that Chinese chicken salad, which is fire.
Yes.
My coworker though, he goes and he grabs a sandwich the other day, and we're sitting there eating lunch, and he goes, "God damn, this bitch was heavy-handed as fuck." And I look over. And his sandwich was just the most glorious looking thing I've ever seen. It looked like it physically would hurt your jaw to open it enough to get through this sandwich.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's
what?
Stacked.
And I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Why is it every time I go to the sandwich, I get this awful shit.
And everyone else.
You
gets
go
the
get a
baller.
sandwich. You get the one.
Yeah.
You get the one.
Yeah.
That was the one. I would have kissed that lady. That old bitch. Oh my god.
You taking a bite and been like, oh my god, thank you.
Dude, I would have fucking tipped her. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If I saw her make my sandwich the way she made his sandwich, I would have like left a 5 somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I would
It's
just
like
snuck
earned.
it down and be like,
Earned.
pretend you found this or something.
Yeah, like don't put this in the tip jar. Put this directly into your pocket, please.
God. And then I thought
You know?
about it, and it's like we were at a Safeway near an old folks' home. So there's probably not a lot of old people coming in and getting sandwiches. So they gotta get through these ingredients, dog.
Yeah.
Where I normally go to Safeways that are like heavily trafficked.
Right,
with
lots of
families.
people go through.
A lot of people at that deli at all times and shit like that. They're probably like,
Bitter coworkers.
oh yeah. They always want
Yeah.
to fucking work less and make more.
Act like you're doing them a disservice by coming up and ordering food.
Oh yeah,
you
fuck
know?
me for wanting a sandwich. I
Yeah,
want like
for
some
real.
chicken tenders.
Or
or
yeah,
something.
exactly. Going to the that's the one thing. That's what pisses me off. It's one thing going up to get the sandwich built, you know.
Yeah.
It's another when all you're doing is scooping the fucking food into a bowl,
Dude.
you know, and you give me attitude that I'm here. You know,
Dude.
it's like what the are you really?
That's why.
Are you fucking serious?
I think that's
You
why
know?
they had to start doing self-serve Chinese food.
Oh
'Cause I
yeah.
think people were just getting
Yeah.
fucking angry.
Tilted. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like that self-serve
stupid.
Chinese food.
It's smart, but it makes me wonder how well like maintained and sanitized it is.
No, it's
you
not.
know?
It's not. It's not at all.
It's like the Wild Wild
It's
West out
authentic,
there.
is what it is. Oh my god, that's about as authentic as it gets.
Yeah. Anyways,
But I mean,
yeah.
here's the thing: I would never eat that food, but the fact that it's right there in self-serve, I will eat that food.
Yeah.
I've gotten a
It looks
sandwich.
enticing often.
I've gotten a sandwich that I knew I was just going to throw into an aisle, turned around, seen the Chinese food, and start making a box of Chinese food.
Yeah.
Perfectly knowing this
Yeah.
sandwich is getting abandoned
As
somewhere.
if you're like cursing the sandwich in
Yeah.
the process.
It's like
you
this
know?
is it's like I'm showing up with the new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, I went exotic
exactly.
this time too, bitch.
Yeah, look at this one's fucking Oriental, bro.
Yeah, not even white. Like you fucking loser.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Look at
god.
this one's exotic. This was an order. What do they call them? The order wives, you know?
Oh,
The
mail
fucking-
order bride?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
bitch was expensive. You think going to dinners is expensive?
Oh,
Try
man.
shipping from Thailand.
Yeah, but your boy just got a better sandwich in general.
He's
you
got a
know,
wonderful
and,
looking
like,
sandwich. And
yeah.
it made me mad.
Wanted
'cause
to throw hands for sure.
I feel like I've been in the pursuit of a good sandwich from them for a while.
Yeah.
A while. It just never happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every time. And like somebody asked me the other day, they're like, so why do you just put them in the aisle and not just give it back? And I was like, because it's passive aggressive.
Yeah, and it's funny.
It's
Yeah.
funny too.
Wait,
but
do they
it's-
listen to the show?
Yeah.
Did you, sir? Did you really question the aisle sandwich?
Yeah.
Really, it's like, did you, man? You just tried to snuff out. What if you convinced him to not do the aisle sandwich anymore? You would have single-handedly snuffed out that segment.
Yeah, you piece
the
of shit.
fuck is wrong with
How
you?
fucking dare you?
Are you trying to ruin a comedy
How
show?
fucking dare
What's
you?
up with it? Do you just go to Comedy Central, just go like, hey, that joke is not funny.
Yeah.
You should just get off the stage.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
try to
It's
do an
like,
aisle sandwich
what
in a
the
Burger King.
fuck, bro? Fuck out of here,
Yeah.
man. The aisle sandwich is a sacred ritual.
Yeah.
You know, don't you dare. Don't you dare, sir. Don't you dare.
I also like you shouldn't have to pay for shitty sandwiches.
It's just like also, you know, think of it as like a, you know, he's checking the service of the employees at that
Yeah.
Safeway. Because motherfucker, if that sandwich goes there and no one finds it for weeks,
Oh.
that's how you know you got some lazy fucking
Oh,
employees
it's
at
gonna
that
start
store.
to stink.
You know,
it's gonna get all gray.
like
and
those
shit.
motherfuckers are supposed to be FIFO, first in, first out. You
Yeah.
know, they can't just be shoving shit onto the shelves. They
yeah.
got to clean them bitches.
Dude, especially
you know?
like I've left deli meals,
yeah.
like potato salad
Yeah,
and shit
yeah,
inside of
yeah.
a cardboard. That's
So
just
it's
hidden
gonna
behind
rank,
shit.
dude. You know,
Yeah, you better find that, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Like-
also, it's one of those like I'm not confrontational enough unless I'm in an Ace Hardware
Yeah.
to just say no, I don't want the sandwich.
Mm.
But I'm also not such a cuck that I'm gonna buy something I don't want.
Fair.
So it's
Yeah.
like the perfect solution.
Yeah.
Is just hide it somewhere.
This is the
That's perfect.
perfect middle ground.
You don't gotta talk to nobody about it. You don't gotta be like, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like, well, even if they don't ask why, you're already kind of trying to come up with a reason, a fake one, because you don't want to just be like, you made this poorly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
No, you know, some people are that kind of asshole, but even if they did make it poorly, I'm not going to say that. Like, I just don't want the fucking thing.
Right, of course.
Right? So it's like,
and it's funnier to put it in the aisle.
Oh, it's so much funny. And it's easier on me, for sure. It's just one of those, like, I'm just going to push some chips out of the way, and I'm going to hide this sandwich, and hopefully people buy enough Doritos that somebody finds it.
Listen, the aisle sandwich is a sacred ritual for Thickness and the Shine.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a thing that needs to be worshipped and respected.
I might go do one after this just for the sake of it. Just for knowing that I did.
Yes. And then we need updates. You know, we need like a week later go check that spot and see if it's still there.
I did do that, by the way.
I
went back to the jelly section to try to find one of my sandwiches, and they got it.
Okay, good. All right.
Thank God, dude. Because
again, you gotta check the staff, bro.
I wouldn't even want to shop there anymore.
I know. I know that would really set it. That we are doing a service to the public.
Yeah.
You know, like,
dude. All right, I got something. Before we go into articles, I had something crazy happen this morning.
Oh.
So I have this unlimited amount of weed.
Word.
Essentially.
Yeah, you kind of have like a permanent plug, damn near.
Yeah, I've got like just all the weed I can ever want in this world. More than like years worth of weed.
Yeah.
I don't sell it, I just smoke it.
And the next tier above would be Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Like I have a federal amount of weed. Like it's a problem how much weed I have.
They might ask if you need a business card, you know.
So this morning I'm getting up and like what I do is they're all in these big freeze-dried bags. So I'll just pop one open and I'll smoke from that for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So this morning, dude, like I've got one eye open. We didn't have any coffee, so I didn't even get to make coffee this morning. And I take a little handful of weed and I throw it into the grinder. And I look down and there's a dead cockroach in it. And I freaked out and threw it.
Yeah.
All that weed was gone. I didn't even care. And then immediately just reached into the bag, grabbed some more, and smoked the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And as I was smoking it, I was literally thinking to myself, like, well, the fire will kill, I guess, any germs.
Fair.
And I'm not just going to throw away ounces and ounces of weed over one dead baby cockroach.
Yeah.
But also, what if I wouldn't have noticed? Like, because sometimes I'm playing video games.
Yeah.
And, like, you're not really paying attention. Like, cutscene, and then you pack a bowl as fast as you can. And you smoke it. Like, I wonder, like, if I wouldn't have seen that.
Ground it up and then smoked cockroach.
Yeah. Or noticed that, like, when I touched the butt, it felt wet. And then you look down, it's all black and fucking brown and stuff and wet. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, throw your grinder into the dishwasher.
That might have been a good save for sure. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely pouring the rest of that bag into a jar when I get home. That was one of the most terrifying things that ever happened.
You know, because the bag wasn't sealed or something, or like
it's just an open bag.
Maybe it just crawled in because it was open at one point.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I found a pincher bug in my tobacco once.
That makes sense. Those motherfuckers get into everything.
They really do.
They get into literally everything.
Yeah. Also, what a terrifying but useless bug.
Yeah, pincher bugs are fucking obnoxious.
They got this giant fucking pincer.
Yeah.
And they don't use it. I never seen one use it.
And they usually don't use it on us because we're too big.
We're too big, but I mean, I've like played with pincher bugs as a little kid, and like I've never seen one try to like.
What do you even pincher bugs use their pincher for?
Yeah, exactly. I've never seen one like try to fuck up another one with it or use it to take down prey or anything like that. It just seems like it's just got a big pointy ass. It's got a sharp ass.
What do pincher bugs use their pincers for? There we go.
Pincers.
The forceps are not just appendages, but are developed and flexible for multiple uses. Oh. Okay. The forceps are used to fend off predators, sure, which would make a meal of the called earwig.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, earwigs. You never heard of them called earwigs?
I've never known that they were called earwigs.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. Forceps are also used to catch prey. Okay, for the species that are predaceous.
I'm trying to take down a bird with it.
No, like ants or smaller bugs or something.
God, what a way to
go! They also play a role in the mating ritual for males and females.
Yikes.
Okay, interesting. What do they just stab each other?
I like that. Yeah.
What the fuck? But apparently they're one of the more important predators for the aphids.
Fuck
aphids. Excuse me.
I don't have a garden.
So, but I mean, like in general, like they're like natural, I guess, pesticides in a way.
They seem to be the most explorative of bugs.
They can devastate seedling vegetables or annual flowers.
Okay.
And are often seriously damaging maturing soft fruit or corn silks. but they also eat like aphids and like smaller bugs that are also a problem for lots of other bugs. So maybe they are like semi important to the ecosystem, but not necessarily like imperative.
So they're predators or are they prey?
They're predators.
Okay.
For like other bugs, significantly smaller bugs.
I guess there's always a bigger fish, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Especially considering we're the bigger fish.
Hell yeah, dude! I'll fucking an earwig up.
So, do you know for sure if it was a cockroach in your?
Oh yeah.
Or was it because there's a bunch of potato bugs out and about that like have similar like looks.
Potato bugs, first of all,
They can fly and shit.
are dope.
Yeah, really? You like potato bugs?
They're the ugliest, big ass fucking bugs.
They look like cockroaches, kind of.
Yeah, but they can get way bigger.
Tiny. Well,
No,
the ones here are
bigger.
tiny as fuck.
Dude, I saw one in Walnut Creek that was like 3 times the size of my key fob.
That's terrifying.
It was
That's
huge.
terrifying.
It was fucking huge.
I would murder the fuck out of
I
that
had to go
thing.
get my coworker because
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I think I found an alien. Like this thing is
It's a
unlike
monster.
any bug I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like in New Mexico, Texas, they get really fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit more normal out there. Like even the ants are way bigger.
Yeah.
Like the ants
Yeah.
out there are so big, you can see defined body shape and limbs from standing. Like looking down on the ground, you can actually see
That's
every part of the
fucked, bro.
ant.
Any kind of bug that's that big, like I'm crushing the fuck out of it. You know?
Oh, dude, I did,
Like,
and it
I
like
just-
there was so much juice from the splatter.
Oh.
I almost slipped in it.
Ew.
There was so much.
Yeah, Jesus.
Dude, it was so fucking big. Like, look up Google like big potato bug. I'll see if like maybe we see something that's close to the right size here. It was big enough that like I was nervous going to step on it, as if it was just gonna I was gonna miss it. It was gonna one of these fucking things.
Oh God, they look so hideous.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. I was like nervous that I would miss and it would like crawl up my leg and murder me somehow. Look at that fucking thing.
Huge.
Look at it on the
bro.
guy's hand.
Oh yeah, man, dude, it's literally like the size of his fucking like half. Like if you were to point your hand thumb up,
It's
like
the size of your
it's that
thumb.
full, bigger.
Yeah,
A little bit bigger than the size of your thumb.
actually, yeah, it would be caressing the thumb. It would be like
It's
Spooning
like
it.
it could wrap around it for sure.
it could spoon your thumb.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
They look like oversized ants, honestly.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, dude. But yeah, I found that fucking thing and like, oh my god, I had to stop what I was doing.
Yeah, and then there's other potato bugs that
See,
look like this.
that's a beetle.
It's like a beetle, but also a potato bug.
See, that looks like a baby cockroach. That potato bug right there. That little beetle.
That's what I was saying. That like these ones.
But those are native to Colorado. Those right there.
Well, there's ones around here like they're not striped, but they're like all orange like this.
Yeah. Oh, look up baby cockroach. I guess. Let me see what that looks like.
Gross.
I'm pretty sure it's a cockroach because I've seen bigger cockroaches.
Baby cockroach. Cockroach. There we
Get
go.
that big old cock in there.
Yeah.
No, maybe I didn't see a
Yeah.
fucking baby cockroach.
It might have been like a potato bug or something that like has the shape of a cockroach.
Okay.
So-
What is that picture right there that you're hovering over?
Yeah.
Oh,
American, Oriental, smoky brown, German, or brown banded. Those are the types of
Oh, dude,
cockroaches.
the smoky brown cockroach is hideous.
Yeah. It's got that ugly shape to it for
Oh,
sure.
It's got more enticing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some of these are nasty, dude. Oh,
man,
yeah.
cockroaches suck.
Yeah. Like honestly, like I respect bugs for what they do for our ecosystem, because like bugs are like a good fucking like massive chunk of it.
Yeah.
What is it? There's more species of bugs than there are like populace of animals or something like that.
I could see that.
There's some crazy fucking
They're
stat.
always finding more.
Yeah, there's some crazy stat that there are literally more species of bugs than there are like animals on the planet, which is fucking nuts, dude. Like
Well,
millions of species.
We're getting pretty good at killing all those fucking animals.
That's true. You're not wrong there. That's kind of sad. Anyways,
No, we're top of the food chain.
but yeah, dude,
We're all gonna
like
be eating
it
falafel
could
in
have
15
been
years.
it could have been a potato bug because there's a bunch of them around here that are like the size of maybe a dime or slightly bigger.
Yeah.
That can fly. And they're
Which is
usually
hilarious.
all orange, you know. And they've been in the garage a couple times this past couple weeks. And one, because they're stupid, they don't know what they're doing, so they'll just kind of fly up in your face and not even realize.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with bugs, but as soon as you invade my bubble, you know, like
it's time to die.
it's time to die.
Or
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
if you shock or scare me in any way, you have to die immediately.
Yep. So
Like
I've
a moth
definitely
flying in front of your face, and you have to kill it.
yeah. I've definitely taken up my Crocs, my chancla, you know,
Yeah.
and fucking just swung and just hear the whack, you know, the little pop, you know,
Yeah.
of you hitting dead center on the fucking bug,
it's beautiful.
and it's like slapped against the wall and instant death, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
like Dragon Ball Z, Goku's like Broly slamming Goku into the side of a fucking mountain,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
I've definitely
Fuck those bugs.
I've done the like hit it with a paper towel and then push all my fucking body weight into it,
Oh yeah.
as if I'm trying to break the wall.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking die, you
Yeah, if
motherfucker.
anything, it's quick.
Yeah.
If anything, you know, that's instant for them.
My
you
favorite
know?
thing to do is like you step on one and then you do like a ballerina twirl on it with your foot. Like you just
like you styling on them.
yeah, like you just put
know?
all your weight into the ball of your foot on the bug, and then
Yeah,
you take
you
your other
spin.
foot and kick yourself around, just shredding and grinding it into the asphalt.
You're just doing a Street Fighter Tekken finisher move, you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
on
dude.
it, you know.
It's like when fucking Gohan kills Cell and he just turns into just nothing.
yeah,
That's how I feel every time I
obliterates
do
him.
that. Like it's total and decimation to the craziest point. When you kill something, you stomp it and then you drag your foot and you leave that streak.
Oh yeah,
Like, just all of
yeah.
whatever
it's
was
like a
that
horror
bug.
movie, dude.
Oh
Honestly,
man, try that with a cat.
yeah.
let's go to- let's-
I can't believe I said yeah at an impulse.
Got his ass.
Yeah, fuck cats.
Let's look at some of these articles.
Word,
here.
word,
we got,
word. Fuck yeah. We got about 20 minutes.
We got 20 minutes. We got a lot of fucking articles. Let's see.
Okay. This one or which one?
Let's do this one. So, Texas woman accidentally swallows partial dentures. Here's how our medical team saved the day.
Okay.
I don't know how you swallow dentures. It seems like that'd be way too fucking big,
Huge.
right?
Yeah. Do we want to watch the
I
article?
sometimes have bites of cheeseburgers that I think are gonna kill me.
Are these videos like actually the videos or are they something else?
No,
you
it's
know?
something else a lot of the times.
Some bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, see, like it says right under there, it'd just be flash headlines.
Yeah, okay.
All right, 88-year-old from Dallas, Texas, was taken into the emergency room after she mysteriously misplaced a partial set of dentures while she was eating dinner.
Okay.
The woman's family took her to the hospital when they could not figure out how her bottom dentures suddenly disappeared. The woman apparently was suffering little to no pain and seemed to have no issue with the swallowing. When the doctors assessed the woman, her vital signs appeared nothing within normal range, or everything was in normal range. Since she had a stroke and lymphoma, the doctors decided to perform an endoscopy to see if she had swallowed the dentures or simply forgot about them. During the scan, they found them in her stomach. So scroll up a little bit. There's an X-ray here.
Oh yeah, right there.
Look how big those
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
How does that, like, even if they went in sideways?
Yeah, they still have to go down your throat, you know.
Yeah, like, and she felt little to no pain. Like, I think we found the throat go to Dallas, Texas. I think that we found the
Fucking-
queen.
She
of-
has a massive throat.
oh my God, she
God
is the
damn.
knob polishing ambassador. Think about the dicks this lady's had to have go just forced down her fucking throat
Yeah.
as her stomach's getting pushed into some dude's gunt.
At least the wide range of this shit right
Yeah,
here.
that's what I'm saying. There's like no angle that can go down that's okay,
Yeah.
right?
But that wouldn't just like start tearing at her like something.
and
you
she
know?
didn't even feel it.
Yeah.
Soon after the discovery, they reinserted the scope, this time with a foreign body hood protector attached to the tip. Oh.
Oh god,
Oh.
these images.
Oh my God! Is it getting pulled out of her asshole? What is that?
I think that's inside of her stomach. Yeah. Doctor spotted the woman's bottom dentures in her stomach when they performed an endoscopy to see if they could find the false teeth.
Oh, that's what the inside of your
Yes,
stomach looks like, huh?
So the
I expected a lot more green.
I wonder if the dentures are like can bend, you know, like if they're bendy and maybe like could fold and went down her stomach or something somehow.
Yeah.
But still, to your point, how do you? You all right there?
Yeah.
But to your point, how do you not? How can you not tell? You know, do you get so senile as you get old that your mind literally just is absent in those scenarios. So maybe she did like slightly choke for a second, but just didn't think of anything about it. And then, of course, when asked in the actual conversation of like, how did you get that in your stomach? It's like, oh, I don't know. I was just eating like normal, you know? And when in reality, it was anything but normal, you know?
Yeah, you imagine that thing trying to pass that thing too?
Shit like this firmly, like, you know, sets in the stone that old people need to be monitored, bro. Like, I don't
we're
care
just
how
dealt with.
independent you motherfuckers like think you are.
Yeah.
You're clearly not able to handle like being not supervised, at least.
Dude, it's. I think it's the fact that it did like no damage at all. She wasn't in pain. It didn't fuck her up. Even getting it out. Do they get it out to the same hole? Like, how do you?
Yeah,
it can't go through your ass, right?
Let's see. We present the case of an elderly patient who ingested her denture. Blah 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 blah.
Endoscopy. Is it endoscopy in your asshole?
I didn't think so. I don't know. Let's see. Endoscopy. Endoscopy.
Insertion along directly into the body to observe.
Such as the gastrointestinal tract. Correct.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you go through the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, colonoscopy. Endocolonal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all scientists on this episode.
Sure.
So they went through the mouth, which is great because I can't imagine that going through the ass.
Butt. Yeah.
Well, because of the shape alone and getting teeth. Can you imagine the teeth rubbing against the inside of your asshole?
Read this. Dentures are actually one of the most commonly ingested items in adults. What?
So scroll down a little bit. Looks like they elaborate that. A prior study estimated that 1,500 individuals in the U.S. die annually from swallowing their dentures.
A year, bro.
1,500 motherfuckers.
Holy
More
fuck.
people die of swallowing their dentures than they did of COVID.
Yeah. And
Fuck keeping the old people safe from COVID. Dentures was a problem.
Yeah, clearly this is an issue that they need to
Oh,
rectify
God.
with a design of dentures.
God,
you
that
know?
hits so close to home, too, because my one roommate had that stroke not that long ago, and now
yeah.
he's got dentures.
Yep.
What a fucking world.
You better keep an eye
He's
on that
never going to
shit,
hear
bro.
this, and neither is Bubbles' mom. So let's talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
What a fucking world for my roommate. So he's 72. He one day he just blacks out, right? He's just out. He's,
fucking scary.
Which is like when people are old, you just assume they're taking a nap
Right.
because you always just I black out all the fucking time. Right?
Yeah.
When I hit the drive-through line and they ask me what I want, I black out every time, and then I just come out the other side with way too much food. It's like I'm not even there. So he blacks out in his chair, and then like they thought like maybe he's napping, and then he gets up and it turns out his blood sugar is like at like nothing. It's like at like 0 or something.
Yeah.
He's
Dangerous.
diabetic, kidney failure, liver failure, gout, diabetes. This is a man.
It's scary.
He's fat. Like this is a man like living out his last few years.
Yeah. He's
Years.
Yeah.
Not like decades.
Yeah, the clock has already been kind of set.
He's not hitting 80.
Yeah.
Like let's be fair.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, to be in your 70s and know you're not hitting 80, that's got to be a weird TikTok on life. But
Yeah.
so he blacks out. They figure out his sugar's way down. They start giving him like ice cream and soda and shit like that, just trying to spike it back up.
Right.
And then he just gets weird. Like he's like hazy and
Yep.
it's like he can't hear you. And then he starts
Yep.
bouncing his walker off of shit
Yep.
and staring at the wall for too long. So they get him to the hospital. Turns out he had a stroke. And now they want to put this. So because he had a stroke, they want to put a shunt in his like face. Because, you have this big artery that goes from ear to ear down under your jaw.
Yep.
There was a piece of plaque in there that broke off in his artery and went into his brain. That's how he had a stroke.
Oh, fuck.
Which is a weird, like,
Yeah.
whoa.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he has the stroke, and they're like, well, we need to put this shunt in your face.
Yeah.
In order to put a shunt in his face, they had to remove all of his teeth. All of them. At once. They did it in 3 hours.
Yikes. That's like fucking.
Dude, I did the math.
Shoot you up with Novocaine and ripping all that shit out.
So he's in the 70s. He's not necessarily taking care of himself. So he only had 17 teeth. But 17 teeth in 3 hours is one tooth for every 10 minutes.
Jesus.
That's-
Yeah, I guess that if you think about it that way, yeah.
That's insane timing. Because you got to think you get your tool around the tooth. I'm assuming if it's too fucked up, it might shatter. So you might have to kind of cut it out of the gum, and it, if it breaks,
Yeah,
it
because there's
splinters
four
off.
roots that dig further into the gum.
So every time you pull it, it's like, is it going to come or is it going to shatter? And then it shatters. You got to cut it out, and then you go to the next one.
Yep.
For 10 minutes for each one. I think my surgery for my wisdom teeth was about as long as his extraction for 17.
Probably that
they
makes
took
sense.
4 in the time that they took 17 of his. That's counting for you.
Yeah.
Probably just slapped him in the mouth and then fucking started yanking him.
Yeah, and didn't even give him Novocaine or
Yeah,
nothing.
here's your Novocaine.
You know?
Blah!
Yeah,
Right across the side of the
knocked
fucking
him
head.
out. You know,
Brush
or
your
something.
teeth next time. You live, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
on your
dude.
next go around.
Yeah, dude.
So now he's got all of his fucking teeth missing, and they just gave him some soft dentures. And now that he's going through that recovery, he'll be able to get the shunt in his brain to help him not have more strokes. When he's already dying, which is like, do what you can, I guess. Every moment counts. But now I'm looking at these, I'm like, dude, is he going to swallow his fucking dentures? Because I'm not reaching into his ass to get him.
Yeah, dude, exactly. If it's going down his throat and shit,
He's done.
Like, what do you do?
You
He's also huge,
Yeah,
so it's like
he's a
trying
big boy.
Trying to it's not like you can like let's wheel this back. This is like a grandma
because he uses a walker. Wheel it. I get it, yeah. Nice.
There's this old lady, she's 88, she's thin, frail, probably like 80 pounds to like 100, max, because my wife's grandma who recently passed, like she was like made it past 100 and she was itty bitty, like less like around 70 or less, like so it's like you could pick up that person, that older woman, and take her out, right? And, take her to the hospital and you might be able to save her, right? You're not moving. Like, Pat's not going nowhere, dude.
No.
Like, you have to come to him.
Well, he's
know?
He's not forklift fat. I mean,
No, but like you're not going to drag his ass out and put him into the car if you need to.
No,
I'm not. Like there's not people. He's big enough to where like people need to come to the house to try and save him.
Yeah, and that's what they do too.
Right.
Like he's not in a home. He's
right.
All the nurses come to the house.
Right.
I think that's also a money thing though. I think if you have money, then you can stay at a convalescent home or in a nice hospital or something.
Sure.
But if you're poor, like no way.
Yeah.
That's all my taxes, dude.
You better hope that they all show up to your house, within a timely manner.
Oh yeah.
And then it gets rectified.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes, dude, that's that's life, bro. Like a lot of people think that like when I have a disaster, like I'm top of the line, I'm first in line to get taken care of. It's like, nah, motherfucker. Like, do you know how many other people are in this town that are probably also having a problem right now?
It's an interesting thing that people don't connect. We can all connect that in the movies, that love story, that's only going to be a certain percentage of us. I don't think we realize in the movies the old person story is also only going to be a certain percentage of us.
Yeah.
Like we always see like it's the old couple, maybe one of them died, but other than that, it's always been the two of them and they've got the kids and the grandkids. And even if they're a crotchety old fuck, they have the kids and the grandkids and when they have the dying scenes or whatever, they're in the hospital or
surrounded by family.
Yeah. And like the reality is that's just not how it goes. There's people in this world that don't get funerals because there's not enough motherfuckers that care about them to throw one. Yeah. There's people in this world that it's a home with like 5 or 6 old ass people that are really just watching each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's people who die without families. Who dies first. People who die without love. There's people who just like they make it old as fuck and it's just them and they got a buddy and it's them and their buddy. That's it. And like that's it. One of them dies, then the other one does.
There's people that like go their entire life with their significant other and they suddenly pass away and they realize, oh fuck, I don't have any friends really. My family moved away, Like,
and then there's people who die and all their shit just goes straight to the state. All their debt, all their furniture, all their belongings. Yeah. There's nobody to give it to. Right. It just all gets collected and recycled.
Yeah, because there's so fucking many of us. Like
there's way too many of us, and to think that everybody's gonna get that story that you see in the movies, like I think we all accept that the rom-com love story is not gonna happen to us, right? But I don't think people nearly as much think about what the back end of their life is gonna look like. Yeah, right. I think everybody just thinks it's gonna be cool and they're gonna be like in a home, but in the reality is you got to be able to afford that home.
Yeah. And if you fucking fucked off your first half of your life, you're gonna have a real hard time the last half of your life.
These homes, like the one that I just got exiled from, they pay almost $4,000 a month in HOA fees.
Jesus, what the fuck,
you
bro?
still got like your mortgage and all that other shit and feeding yourself.
I was gonna say my mortgage is not $4,000 a month. What the fuck,
That's,
dude?
Yeah, that's just HOA.
That's that's messed up. That's messed up.
You could buy your room outright for $1.2 million if you want. You're paying $4,000 a month in HOA fees.
Yeah,
and it's crazy because like in this building, there's like 4 rooms that the people who developed the building turned into double rooms so they can, and then bought them.
put more people in.
No, they bought them so that way when they were going to die, they would have like a suite instead of a manor.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's like, where everybody has this 1-bedroom manor with like a kitchen and a dining room that's kind of in the living room and nice bathroom, walk-in closet, but it's a 1-bedroom. There's a couple that are doubles.
Yeah.
And those doubles, you pay double HOA fee. So there's people paying $6,000-8,000 a month.
That's
just
too
in
much,
that.
dude.
And you know what you get for that HOA fee? You get lunch every day, and once a week somebody cleans your little manor.
Yeah, dude. Like
That's crazy.
even then, like the HOA, like because the homeowners association for most of us around here is just like taking care of your lawn, So is it like additionally, like do they give you a meal and stuff too? For
yeah,
this
well,
place?
because these people are.
Because they're being taken care of.
Yeah.
It's not just like they're just doing like lawn service and then they go away. They go into your house, and do stuff too.
And
so that makes, I guess, a little bit more sense.
And that's not even the most expensive.
Yeah,
really?
like
there's people who pay up to $12,000 a month.
Fuck no.
And they're just living in a house with like a Samoan family. It's like some Samoan family, because I don't know why. Tongans. Tongans really got into this. They figured out the loophole where you buy a house for $1 million, you let 4 old people live there for $12,000 a month, and you take care of them until they die while they pay off your house.
Yeah.
That's just a really smart business. If you're willing to watch old people die, I mean, as far as the housing crisis goes, there's your fucking solution.
Yeah, hopefully those are good people that are wanting to take care of people on their way out, but that's not always the scenario.
You definitely hope that, or at least that they take care of them enough. But I mean, yeah, for anybody who's ever thought getting a house would be impossible, take care of the old people as they're dying. You'll have more than enough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because or retarded people.
Yeah,
retarded people. I think that it's even more because they could be potentially violent and they need more care. He was telling me that he's got a brother, this guy who I met who does this, and he said that it's like almost $2,000 a month for some of these people because it's like he might be a biter, he might be a runner. You know what I'm saying? He might be violent. He might.
Yeah.
Or, suicidal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't just let them kill themselves.
Right.
Like,
you got to deal with all the bullshit.
Yeah, because you're dealing with the government like directly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're the ones writing you these grants and all this shit so you can take care of these people.
Yeah.
So you can't just not take care of them because you're going to get an inspector.
Right. And I'm sure there's a filing system too.
Yeah. And then I'm sure there's big breaks of time where nobody's looking that you can mistreat them. You know what I'm saying? But at least while...
You know what happens, though, too.
At least while you're under the eye, you kind of have to take care of them a little bit.
Yeah. But you know that like, mistreatment does happen. For sure happens.
There's no way it doesn't. Old people are so fucking annoying.
Yeah, well, and I think some people tend to view old people as not people anymore. Like...
Sometimes they're not.
I think you get desensitized, like, if you work with people long enough that are unruly.
Yeah.
But after a while, I'm sure most people get desensitized and start kind of treating them not like... it's shitty to say, but not like real people. Like, just they're on their way out. They might as well not even be like, a person anymore. You know?
Well,
which I know that definitely is a mentality for some people, for sure.
I think it's a mentality for a lot because, I mean, realistically, if you were willing to open, like, let's say you worked at a convalescent home as a nurse.
Yeah.
Right? If you were really willing to open up your heart to these people that you're working for, the amount that are coming in that you care about and then die would be too devastating for you to do that job.
Yeah.
Like, I think over time, that would just keep eating you, and you'd never be happy.
Yeah.
I think you have to you have to turn it off. You can still treat them like humans, but you don't want to get to know them very well,
Sure.
You don't want to spend too much time with them that you don't have
to. Connected and attached.
Because it's just going to keep sucking. It's like, I think it's like the same with like a EMT, right? Like, you're just kind of accepting PTSD as a job.
Yeah,
'Cause
because you're
of
going to
the-
see death no matter what.
Yeah, like
going
there's,
to.
there's no way. Like you're gonna see just awful shit. Not even just death, but like stabbings, bad car
Yeah,
accidents,
yeah.
children that are badly hurt.
Yeah.
Like pregnant people who just lost the baby and they're in shitty condition. Like you need to get them somewhere. Like you've accepted that you're going to get some terrible, terrible, terrible moments
Yeah.
in order to, in what your eyes is, do good for humanity.
Yeah, you're going to witness disaster often.
Yeah. So it's like you got to be able to just like either turn it off and not care about that shit or take a lot of Tylenol PM at night to get you through the nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day of it's when your significant other is also an RN or EMT, and it's very much that it's the wife walking down with deep sunken black eyes and stuff, and has like 2 energy drinks, and then the husband turns around, he's in front of the fridge, and he also has energy drink sunken in eyes, but this time it's instead of an energy drink, it's like a fucking like Corona, you know?
Yeah.
He just because like the bullshit that you see day in day out, and the long hours too.
Yeah,
you know, because
yeah.
some EMTs are on fucking shift for like 16 hours.
yeah,
you know?
shout out to them. Honestly,
Yeah.
like they're not like garbage men. They're actually getting shit done. I still
Yeah.
think garbage men suck
Yeah.
dick, but EMTs really like that is like a for the love of the game kind of job.
Like yeah, especially even if you're a paramedic and are making decent money, you're like if anything,
I can make decent money doing something the fuck else.
right, and
know
like
what I'm saying?
at top of that, it's like yeah, like I want to be a paramedic because that's where the money is too for that field. I'm like yeah, but now you're also the one that's on call for the really important shit. You
Yeah.
know, like everyone looks to you to save people, and I think that's the beginning of you see that trope of like doctors or high up medical officials that have that feeling of they could save this person, but there's going to be those times where like it just didn't work out and you couldn't save them.
Yeah.
And they shoulder the blame for it because like in that moment you might have been the only person that could have potentially saved that person. You know?
Yeah, dude. Can you
So like
imagine,
shouldering that must be hard.
Imagine
you
like
know?
you fuck up somebody's order and you're like a pizza boy and they're really upset about it.
Yeah.
Imagine fucking up a surgery and losing somebody's daughter.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Dude.
and having to be the one to say, explain what went wrong,
make it.
and
I
and-
made this cut and I went too deep and I
Yeah.
nicked this artery and we couldn't stop it. And, like,
right.
and by the
right.
way, you're not suing us because that shit happens.
and
It
it's-
wasn't malpractice, dude. It just happened. I'm sorry.
well,
like
that probably happens a lot. You know,
there's a lot of people who just died from anesthesia.
Yeah,
Anesthesia kills so many fucking people.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's crazy to think like we're all afraid of this operation because they're cutting into our bodies when really it's the anesthesia that's probably going to kill us.
Yeah, well, that and just like at the root of it all, really, is you can be trained for a long time, know all these different like practices and etc.
Yeah.
and the best way to do things, but the human body and nature is always going to have a variable of unpredictable, like you can't
Yeah.
predict, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Unpredictability, so it's one of those things where like sure, like the surgery might be XYZ because we think it's like a cancerous bulb, and then remove it and it'll extend XYZ, but then it might cause something else to happen. Like
Yeah.
I don't know enough about medical or biology to really give concrete examples, but I'm confident there's many scenarios where one thing is the expected outcome, but then extra variables that are unseen come in and screw a lot of shit up. You know?
Yeah, it's like maybe we had to cut through something to get through something else, and we put it back and it didn't respond correct, or
Yeah, right.
we had to put in like a machine of some sort and their body rejects it. Like even just the metal from surgeries, your body can reject it. Like,
Yeah.
when my mom last year, when I had to fly out for her emergency surgery, she had to get the metal that they put in her leg taken out because it was causing bone infections constantly.
Yeah.
So
scary, dude.
You never know, dude. Like, and then the anesthesia thing on top of that, it's like, dude, like, what if somebody like I've had some simple surgeries, right? I've had 2. I had one where a rock went into my foot deep enough to where they had to cut my foot open, and then I had the one where I just destroyed my forearm and they had to like move the bones around and put metal through them and scrape off the calcium and shit like that. It's like
Scary.
if something would have happened with just the anesthesia, imagine being that doctor, that surgeon who has to go back to the kid's parents
Yeah.
and be like, there was a complication.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit happens. We did everything right. We do it right every time. I've done this surgery 100 times and never had a problem. But this time there was
There's
one.
always going to be an outlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
No matter
never
what.
know. You never fucking know.
It makes you like you said, like there's fields in the health like industry that get paid really good money and have incredible benefits. And
Yeah.
sure, they have a nice house, whatever. But then you go and actually see what they're doing, the things they have to deal with, and being a high up official in the medical field, like you said, it really at some point is just for the love of the game. Like at some point the money's nice, but the mental damage that you have to deal with,
you got a nice Porsche, but you
like-
just killed a 7-year-old.
you
know what I'm saying? Fuck.
Jesus, dude.
Oh my god.
Fuck, man. We're big respect to like doctors,
When I-
big doctors.
And I think, honestly, just for precision and for comfortability to kind of help them get through these surgeries, that back night problems need to start making lab coats. I think we need back night problems, stretchable lab coats.
Yeah, because they're breathable,
They're
moisture
four-way
wicking,
stretch.
4-way
And
stretch.
who doesn't love flamingos?
Yes.
See you next week, folks.
Mingo 2.0.